time them to each other, so the spark happens at exactly the same time. So you've got distributor, magneto, your mixture control, so you're running the engine weak or you're in cold conditions. You run it quick. Then your dynamo, turn the charging on and off. Headlamps, that's more lights. Fuel pump, reserve fuel pump. Can't remember what that one is at the moment. Electric fan, more spotlights, starter button. Then originally you wouldn't have had a fuel pump, so you'd have to pump the pressure into the tank yourself. So as you're driving, you'd just be pumping. And you'd be pumping pressure into the tank, which then pushes the fuel through to the front. And then you've got basically your cruise control. So that's your throttle open, so you can get on the road. You don't need to use your throttle. You see it moving down there? So that won't give you full throttle. It'll just give you a nice bit to cruise with. Then you've got your ignition timing in advanced and retard. So when you start the car, you want it retarded. So the spark happens as late as possible. So as the piston's gone over, it then sparks. But of course, to get the most power, you want the spark to happen right at the top. So as soon as you're running, you advance it up, the spark happens a lot sooner, and then your engine runs with way more power. Then you've got an amp meter, your boost pressure gauge, speedo, oil pressure gauge, super important, water temperature, air pressure inside the tank. So you'd see that runs around £2 normally. So again, if it was dropping off, you then pump it up. Quite often you see what people forget to pump it, and the car starts to misfire. Oh fuck it, you'll see people frantically pumping, trying to get more fuel through to the carb. Clock, and then, sorry, that's your speedo, and that's your rev counter. So yeah, that's about it really.
So what's the lever on the outside?
So this is your handbrake.
That's handbrake.
And then you've got first, second, third, fourth, and then reverse. Throttle in the middle. Brake on the right, clutch on the left. Footrest for the passenger, or if they don't want a footrest, put it back. And then these are your oilers. So as it's running, you'll see the oil will literally drip, 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 and then you can tune the speed of the drip. So you do it with your clock or with your watch, and then you've got to time how many drips are happening. So that gives you adequate lubrication then to your supercharger. And then you've got map light, you can direct, horn, and then klaxon, and then that's for your timing as well. And then you've got, that's one of my spanners. I've been looking for that.
It's a 10mm.
I've only been telling all the lads that they've been robbing my spanners. Meanwhile, I'm just leaving them running places. So that's about it really. So you've got a super long range fuel tank on the back. It's always amazing because when you look inside these to check the level, you just open it up and go, yep, I've got fuel. That'll do. And you've got to think that this holds, I don't even know how many litres it holds, but it goes all the way down here and then all the way back there. So that's a big old tank, which obviously you need.
It's probably 40 litres, I don't know,
something like that. But yeah, she's good fun. Really good fun. I mean, this is some of my favourite stuff here. To be able to do that is an absolute art.
Wow.
So you have a special needle to do it.
Why is that just to hold the...
It's Bentley. So the idea behind it is, so that's all lubricated, so it keeps your springs lubricated. Yeah, so it wraps it up to protect it from the dirt, but also keeps it all lubricated. So you've got your twin shocks, one at the front, one at the back. Obviously your massive brake drums here. All stone guard protected for your rallying. Yeah, she's what material body is made out of? Yeah, so it's pulled over fabric.
Right,
told you.
I'll keep a beard going with a glove.
oil returns
fly guard bolts around.
Imagine it, isn't it?
The oil tank.
Imagine manually adjusting how much oil flow.
What thing?
It's awesome. Oh, and then the other thing as well that you've got, it's worth noting, is you have a thing called a Kai gas pump, which is this thing here. So what effectively happens is you have a separate fuel line from the tank that comes up to this, then it goes from there, it goes down to the carburettor, or it's the intake manifold, sorry. And when you come to start it from cold, you give it 2 squirts, and it squirts fuel directly in, so that you're ready to start the engine. So you only use it when it's really cold. But yeah, and then you've got another dashboard light for the driver as well.
Basically the original version of Start Fluid.
Literally, yeah. Bit of start, you bastard. But she's a beauty.